Hi everyone, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Friday the 16th of August 2019. It's a pleasure to be with you today. Let's have a look at what the cards want you to be aware of today and what you'll be working with. The Fool, Seven of Swords, and Ten of Swords. So because they're all in reverse, I read them both ways round. And the Ten of Wands is about being at rock bottom and really having to fight your way out of that. We've got Saturn ruling that. And the Ten of Wands is your dreams and your hopes and your crutches that you've been leaning on to get you through life, the goals that you've put ahead of yourself. You know, for instance, you've had a bad back and pain-wise this year has been very difficult, but the promise of going to Harvard in a year from now has been there on the horizon, and that's what's got you through this. That's what's helped you find your way forward. You are in a position where you've got so many things that you want to do that you're bogged down, you're burdened by them, and something goes wrong because you have to make a decision. You have to either pick the graduation or you have to pick, not the graduation, you either have to pick the university course or you have to become the mechanic or the chiropractor or the firefighter, or you achieve your soul mission of doing what it is you truly love to do, and you fight your way through that. Now, the Ten of Wands is not a comfortable card. You're feeling the heat. You're in a very dangerous, fiery zone, so everything is out of your control. Saturn sits at the top and sweeps through your life like this fire, this wind of fire, and it blasts everything away, and it just leaves the one that you're meant to work with. So the Ten of Wands is the highest card in the suit of wands, and the Ace of Wands is a gift from the universe. It's one wand, and it's a gift. It's, oh wow, this is what I'm supposed to do. This is what's going to give me a real sense of joy and fulfillment and happiness. Now that's great, you know? Like I have this wand, for instance, I go buy my neighbor's groceries once a week, and I love doing that, and it gives me such a fulfillment, and it's great. But then I also have my working life wand, which is I love to do my astrology, horoscopes, and I like to speak to people, and I love doing those. I've got another one, fine. But you can have 5 wands, things that you really care about. My exercise technique, you know, in the evening, I like to meditate for 10 minutes or exercise or whatever it is. But once you have 10, then it's too much. It's like, oh, there's only so much time in the day, and it's like, I can't even enjoy the things that I want to enjoy because there's just too much going on. So it may feel a little bit overwhelming, and you're being given the emotional kind of distance to make the chop of a lot of these things. Because the Seven of Swords, she is able to make the chop here of these wands. She can take one of the swords and cut them to bits, the ones that are no longer needed. Also, she is there in the moonlight. She's not afraid of what is unseen or what may be lost or what the new day is going to look like. She's interested in bringing joy and lightness to the current situation, and by getting rid of certain things, that there's an immediate, I can breathe. The moon in the tarot is the mother. So it's being nurtured, it's being taken care of via your ideas, via your thoughts, and almost like the universal mother, planet of nurture, the earth goddess. That planet then thinks for you and gets rid of some of the things you can't do so that you can rise again and that you can breathe. The Fool then leads you in a direction that's going to be very successful based on one of these wands, and you'll have the time and space to do it, and you'll shine your light in the world. Now, because they are in reverse, you're not falling off a cliff because you don't have some stupid idea. It's a very well thought out idea. The Seven of Wands means that a lot of negative thoughts are just bouncing off you, and you're protected, and you've got a shielding, a cloak, which prevents things like, which prevents ideas that could possibly see you landing in the gutter somewhere. It allows them to bounce off the cloak, and you naturally, intuitively, with the help of the moon, you choose the right sword to actually free yourself of a situation where you've just become overwhelmed and enmeshed in too many different options, and you've said yes to too many things and signed up for too many things. You just need a break and a step backwards and a day or two to just look over your circumstances and to say, what do I want to keep here? What am I doing all of this for? This is too much. I can't go to the, I can list a number of activities here. But yes, good. First of all, I enjoy my life. Fabulous. The idea that something negative comes in and wants to lead you astray, that's nothing new either. That happens every day. We have to be on guard with that all the time. That just pings right off you, and you liberate yourself from a period that's kind of held you back. And we've had the Ten of Swords recently. It's a time of the best of times, the worst of times. It's hurt and love. It's very dual at the moment. Hot, long evenings compared to short, cold days in the winter time here in the Northern Hemisphere. It's all very, very extreme at the moment. Okay? So if you get an idea today to take action, it's action that you can trust and you can believe in, because it wouldn't be there unless it had made it through the yellow cloak of positivity. And it will allow you to cut away at things that really aren't important anymore. Like if you're feeling guilty about something that you said 8 years ago, then write to that person for goodness sake and say, do you know what, I still feel guilty about what I said to you 8 years ago, and let it go. That person probably doesn't even remember it. Most of my amends that I made to other people when I called them up and I said, I'm sorry I did this to you, most people didn't even realize anything had been done. And you're the one still sitting there 10 years later thinking about that person, and they have no idea. So number-wise, we've got 0 and 7. So 7 and 10 is 17. 1 and 7 is 8, and 8 is power. So you have a great, amazing power to move forward in an informed, productive, enlightened way. And you're able to implement a positive idea, a great thought, and to know yourself, to implement a great idea that comes from you. And because you're in the midst of it, and you're trying your best and you're trying different things to see which is the right fit, you're starting to realize that, okay, Barbara isn't so good at the water-related stuff, but she is good at the public speaking side of things. Or John is starting to realize that the hostess position, or the host position, where he's constantly making people feel comfortable and making little jokes, works, whereas the trucking job makes them feel lonely and depressed and suicidal. So you'll know certain things about yourself when they relate to work. You'll also know things about yourself in terms of how resilient you are and what you can take. Like, I know, for instance, that I could not go work at the London Stock Exchange with all those boys who think they're like alpha types and they think they're the salesman of the decade, and they become really competitive. I wouldn't want to work in an environment like that. So we know about ourselves. You get more insight into yourself, and that allows you to get out of sticky situations that you've created with your own mind. So it's like a do-over to a new moon. You're able to clear all the stuff that you may have planted by mistake and really shine your true light and be powerful and to claim your power today. Have a wonderful day. If you would like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. Click on the readings tab to audio reading. In my personal readings, I use tarot, astrology, and numerology. For the astrology section, I use your place of birth, date of birth, and time of birth. If you don't have the time of birth, then order a chart rectification with me. That's a process where I take 10 or more life events. So when you gave birth, when you moved country, when you fell in love, I look at several of those and I work out the actual time of birth. Once I have that, I've got a snapshot of the sky at the moment you were born. It's a blueprint of your soul. It shows me what your vocational aptitudes are, where you've been in past lifetimes, soulmates, what your life purpose is in this lifetime, love, money, relationships, living situation, where you're supposed to live, spiritual development, artistic development, friendships. I can ask and answer any questions that you may have, no matter how obscure. And I use the divination systems as well as my intuition to give you answers to your questions. So I think that astrology is the king of the divination systems, and tarot is a close second, and then we've got numerology. And by combining these three, I really think you get a really very good overview of who you are and what's coming up. So I hope you have a wonderful day. Please remember to subscribe to the channel and to share the videos if you like them. Have a great day.